Well, I guess we'll make two videos. I'll put this one and the one I was doing with the oil pan shenanigans, and I'll break this little part out into a Thermo King just for you guys. So let's do the Thermo King real quick. If you guys know, if you get the EN9, it's actually ENG code. The unit has picked up something goofy, and there is a reset button. I'll show you where that is. And you can reset it and start it back up. But if it keeps shutting off, then you have to figure out what the problem is. Mine shut off last night because, well, only when I first started it, because the coolant temp was still up about 180 degrees, and it must not have liked something. Because this runs off the coolant in the truck, which is like 15 gallons. So no way, once the coolant's cooled down a little bit, you don't even need, I'm having trouble with the fan, we'll get to that. You don't even need that fan really unless it's blazing hot, you know, and the water pump's not circulating it fast enough, which is what happened last night. It was blazing hot. It shut off a couple times, and then I got it back going, and then it ran all night. Once the temperature outside went below 100 and the coolant dropped, it ran all night, because the fan, though it will cycle on when it first starts, and if the APU picks up that that's not working, sometimes it'll shut it off. So I put another fuse in here, but I unplugged the fan, and I'll get to all that in just a minute. All right, so if you have that problem, here's how you're going to check your fan. All right, first you're just going to start the APU up. That fan should kick on just for a minute, then it'll go out. If it doesn't kick on, you know there's a problem. And you can hold your hand over the electric motor. If it starts getting hot or you don't feel nothing, something's wrong. So let me show you what I found and how to fix it. All right, hold up. All right, so you'll have a control panel. Mine's in my side box. You guys might be under the bunk, but here is your reset button. That is your friend. Okay, but what I had happen was it blew a fuse. And you can kind of trick the thing to run with the reset button is what I did. But this fuse here is your, what do they call it? Pre-cooler fan, right? What are they? I want to tell you guys right. PCF, which stands for pre-cooler fan. Your pre-cooler, I'll show you that. It's your little radiator, but it's actually a 15 amp fuse. I don't have one, so I threw a 20 in there. But it doesn't matter, because I just unplugged my fan for now until I get a new one, because it's no good. So it just keeps popping this fuse. But you want that fuse in there, because now what it's going to do, it'll signal on and off and on and off, and it'll think everything's okay, because the fan's not going to, you know, send back too much voltage and blow the fuse, because I have it unplugged. So your little pre-cooler is actually a little radiator in there. And here's your fan, and I'm not gonna crawl under there because that fan was so stinking hot, I basically took a rag and kept getting it wet to cool it down. But underneath, well, you know what? I think I could show you the plug. Without getting under there, hold up. Tomorrow I'll tape this all off, but can you see the plug? There's a wiring harness behind it. And of course the wire comes in here, you know, down there to the fan. Just follow the wire and unplug it. So you don't really need this unless you have an APU with just a little tank of coolant. Then that coolant's going to get hot really fast, and the fan, you need the fan to pull air through the vents. But if you have 15, if it's into the truck, if it's running off the truck coolant and it's not blazing hot outside, the APU will run and run and run, no problem, because the sensor will never say that it's like 185 or 200, and it won't shut it down thinking it's overheating. So, because this thing can run all night long, and the coolant doesn't even get to 150 degrees. On the truck, so there's no way it's going to heat it up to 180, 190, which I don't know what it is. You could Google it, but it's probably in the 90 to 200 range that this will shut itself off because it thinks something's wrong. So there you go. Hope that helps somebody. I don't know if it will, but we're gonna put all this away tomorrow. So I'm gonna go inside after I show you other guys my oil pan shenanigans. But that'll cover it just for the APU tonight. All right, see you, bye.